Everyone knows that kid. You know, the one who's always sporting the nicest clothes and had all the coolest toys, but would never let other kids play with them. The one who threw the most outrageous birthday parties that everyone desperately hoped to be invited to, and the one who would yell and scream at their parents and throw an absolute fit if they didn't get their way. We've all had a run-in with the spoiled kid. But the most spoiled kids in the world take things to a whole other level. Many celebrities claim that they're raising their children to be normal, down-to-earth kids. But when you're born into a life of wealth, privilege, and fame, is it even possible not to be spoiled? Monroe and Moroccan Cannon, the 9-year-old twin children of Mariah Carey and her ex-husband Nick Cannon, may be kept out of the limelight for the most part, but being the children of celebrities definitely comes with some perks. The twins have already had the opportunity to travel the world while their mom is on tour, and they even get to spend every Christmas in the luxury resort town of Aspen, Colorado. And speaking of Christmas, these lucky kiddos got to star in the music video for their mom Mariah's hit song All I Want for Christmas Is You. And that's not their only claim to fame. They've been credited as collaborators on mom's albums and even performed on stage with her. If that's not enough, superstar mom Mariah rented out the entire park at Disneyland to throw the twins an elaborate and exclusive 6th birthday party. But best of all is the fact that the twins have their very own candy store at home, fully stocked with every treat imaginable. If you're gonna spoil your kids, that seems like a pretty good way to do it. Not all celebrity parents are so keen to keep their kids out of the limelight. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes' daughter has been used to the spotlight and the attention that comes from having famous parents for as long as she can remember, and it shows. Suri Cruise, the 14-year-old daughter of famous actors Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, seemed like she was on a straight path to the spoiled life from day one. Suri was the apple of her parents' eye, and no expense was spared when it came to making her happy. For her 6th birthday, the toddler was reportedly gifted a $24,000 playhouse, complete with electricity and running water, and decorated by an interior designer. As a toddler, Suri was spotted wearing name-brand high-heeled shoes at the age of 3, and as a child, her wardrobe was reportedly worth more than $3 million. $150,000 of that was in shoes alone. Thankfully, in recent years, since her parents' high-profile and contentious divorce, the preteen seems to be more down-to-earth, having been spotted wearing casual jeans and t-shirts, and is expected to help out with chores around the house, including making her own bed every day. Suri's path from spoiled toddler to true diva may have taken a turn for the better, but that's definitely not the case for most spoiled celebrity spawn. North West, the 7-year-old daughter of uber-famous parents Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, shows no signs of slowing down on her path to becoming a full-fledged diva. Her wardrobe alone is said to have been worth more than $1 million before she was even 2 years old. It's enough to make any adult turn green with envy. Sources close to the family claim that Little North never wears the same thing twice, and she's been spotted in custom outfits by big-name designers like Alexandra Wang and Stella McCartney. She was even photographed wearing a pair of $50,000 diamond earrings, and she sparked controversy when she was seen at one of her dad's fashion shows wearing a custom and possible genuine fur coat worth thousands of dollars. Her parents also caught flack for letting their young daughter have her naturally curly hair chemically straightened. Mom Kim insists that these expensive salon treatments are a special twice-yearly treat for the girl. And it's not just her wardrobe that makes her spoiled. North is already displaying some decidedly diva-like behavior, as evidenced when she attended a friend's birthday party and she stole the spotlight by taking it upon herself to blow out the candles on the birthday cake before the birthday girl even had a chance to do it herself. Since insiders claim that Kanye and Kim are addicted to spoiling their little girl, we can expect more outlandish stories about how spoiled North West is as she grows up. Power couple Jay-Z and Beyoncé don't do anything on a small scale, and that's certainly true when it comes to their 8-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy Carter. Before she was even born, Jay-Z reportedly said, "At the end of the day, I know I'll probably have the worst spoiled little kid ever." And Blue Ivy is doing her best to live up to his words. She's had a front row seat to the Grammy Awards every year since 2015, and she even made headlines when she shushed her very famous parents while they were chatting during a presentation at the 2018 awards. She has her very own staff, including 2 full-time nannies, a team of bodyguards, a personal chef, and even her very own personal stylist. As for toys, Blue Ivy has everything a little girl could ever dream of, including custom diamond-encrusted Barbie dolls, and of course, her own pony. But perhaps the biggest clue that this little girl is beyond spoiled? Despite her dad being a born and bred New Yorker for life, the family uprooted their lives and moved halfway across the country just so that little Blue Ivy could attend the very best and most exclusive private school, the Center for Early Education in Los Angeles, California, where tuition costs more than $25,000 a year. This spoiled princess doesn't show any signs of slowing down either. Her name is apparently already being trademarked, and rumor has it she's planning to launch her own fragrance line in the near future. How's that for hustle? Blue Ivy and Northwest may still be young, but if their parents want to see what a lifetime of being spoiled could lead to, they only need to look at Willow and Jaden Smith for a glimpse at what the teen years could bring. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's two children, son Jaden, 22, and daughter Willow, age 20, are the epitome of entitled celebrity spawn. Sure, both kids have lavish taste in clothing. At 15, Willow was spotted carrying a $5,000 Louis Vuitton purse. But what really makes them so spoiled is their incredibly entitled and tone-deaf attitudes. Their parents have been open about their very lenient, hands-off parenting style. But in 2017, Will Smith admitted that we may have gone too far. The Smith kids grew up with complete freedom to go where they want, do what they want, and say whatever they want. And their parents encouraged complete freedom of expression in their kids from a young age. Turns out this might have turned them into raging narcissists. Jaden has expressed that he has a goal to be just the most craziest person of all time. We're sure that makes mom and dad so proud. In 2017, Jaden threw a fit and took to Twitter to blast a Toronto hotel for trying to poison him by spiking his pancake with cheese. Turns out the teen simply didn't realize that one of the main ingredients in the hotel's signature ricotta pancakes was ricotta cheese. Jaden and his sister Willow seem to view themselves as some kind of visionaries, with Jaden saying, "We don't think a lot of the music out there is cool, so we make our own music." Which would be fine if all this freedom of expression was being channeled into a productive and creative career, but instead the pair seem content to spend their days modeling couture fashion and complaining about everything, from school to pancakes on social media. Will and Jada aren't the only celebrity parents struggling to keep their kids grounded. Former soccer star David Beckham and his wife Victoria, aka Posh Spice, are facing their own struggles when it comes to raising celebrity kids with a solid work ethic. When David Beckham was named GQ's Man of the Year in 2019, he took to the media to brag about how he and Victoria were raising their children to understand the value of hard work. But it doesn't appear that the lesson is sinking in. According to sources close to the couple, who have 4 children together, their children's work ethic, or lack thereof, is a major point of disagreement between the pair. David thinks the kids should learn to fend for themselves and work their way up in the world the same way he did, through hard work and talent. But Victoria disagrees. The Beckhams can afford to give their kids anything they could ever want, and she doesn't see why they shouldn't spoil them. With the parents so divided over the issue, is it any wonder that the Beckham kids seem to be some of the most spoiled celebrity spawn in the world? 21-year-old son Brooklyn dropped out of university, and although he's apparently now doing an internship with a famous photographer, it doesn't seem like he's taken it too seriously. He's been spotted on lavish vacations with his family many times while he's supposed to be working, and is frequently seen out until the wee hours of the morning partying with his famous friends, like Gordon Ramsay's son Jack. 18-year-old son Romeo apparently dreams of taking after his star athlete father and wants to be a pro tennis player, but despite his parents arranging private court time with tennis pros like Andy Murray, he's yet to turn his hobby into a pro career, something most tennis pros have done by their teen years. 15-year-old son Cruz wants to follow in his mother's footsteps and has apparently been signed by Justin Bieber's manager for years. But despite his parents continually bragging about him being in the studio, he's yet to release any music. Perhaps there is hope that their youngest child, 9-year-old daughter Harper, will grow up with a better work ethic than her brothers, but we won't hold our breath. No list of the most spoiled kids in the world would be complete without mentioning Prince George, the 7-year-old son of Prince William and Kate Middleton, and the future King of England. After his 3rd birthday party, his father, Prince William, admitted that he got too many things, he's far too spoiled. Those comments aside, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have taken great pains to give their children a normal childhood. Well, as normal as possible for royals, that is. Apparently, young George doesn't even know he'll be king one day. For now, he's just a normal 7-year-old who goes to school and spends time playing with his parents and siblings. But you can only be so normal when your grandmother is the Queen of England, and young George enjoys many luxuries that other little boys could only dream of. On top of a robust family staff, which includes full-time nannies, cooks, and stylists, young George enjoys spending his summers at the family's favorite getaway, Balmoral Castle in Scotland. He also splits his time between the family's luxurious apartments at Kensington Palace and their summer home, the 18th century manor, Anmer Hall. The 10-bedroom, 3-floor estate was extensively renovated after his birth to the tune of $2 million. And even if his parents try not to spoil him with gifts, they can't stop his loving and loyal subjects from lavishing the future king with spectacular presents, including a nail clipper set made of 18-karat gold and encrusted with 350 diamonds, reportedly valued at nearly $1.5 million. Prince George may be a down-to-earth little boy for now, but there's no doubt that he's spoiled. After all, one day he will inherit an entire empire. Everyone may have their own stories about their run-in with a spoiled kid, but we can thank our lucky stars that we don't have to deal with the most spoiled kids in the world. If you thought this video was interesting, be sure and check out our other videos, like this one called Nerds vs. Popular Kids: Who Wins in Adulthood? Or maybe this other video is more your style.